Every man fears being cheated on. But what if I told you? The real threat isn't betrayal, it's loyalty without love. There's a kind of woman who won't lie to you. She won't cheat, she won't yell, she won't leave you in the middle of the night. But she also won't ever truly love you. She's calm, she's logical, she's mature. Everyone says she's the ideal partner. And that's exactly the problem. Because while you're busy thanking the universe for her emotional stability, she's already emotionally gone. She's not toxic, she's not dramatic, she's not abusive, but every moment with her feels like you're kissing someone through glass. This isn't about heartbreak, it's about silent emptiness, and why some women, no matter how loyal, are built to leave, without ever walking away. Most men believe that if a woman stays loyal, she loves you. But what if loyalty has nothing to do with love? What if she's loyal because emotions terrify her more than commitment? What if her silence is not peace, but absence? We've been trained to spot red flags, cheating, lying, gaslighting. But we never talk about the quiet women who do none of those things, and still destroy you slowly. She doesn't break your heart, she starves it. Quietly, carefully, without ever doing anything wrong. You never get to say, "She hurt me." Because she didn't, she just never showed up. You were in the relationship alone. With someone physically present but emotionally extinct. And here's the twist. She probably believes she's a good partner. Maybe you even think she is. Because she doesn't start fights. She doesn't accuse. She gives you space. She handles her own life. She's everything you thought you wanted. Until you realize. You've been trying to connect with a ghost. A ghost with a great resume, perfect manners, and zero emotional accessibility. She'll listen, but never open up. She'll sleep next to you, but feel a continent away. She'll say, "I love you," but it'll sound like a fact, not a feeling. You'll convince yourself that you're the problem, that maybe you want too much, that you're too sensitive. And that's how she wins, not by playing games, but by playing nothing. No highs, no lows, just blank. You'll find yourself craving an argument just to feel something. Craving jealousy, passion, anything, but it never comes. Because she's mastered the art of emotional minimalism. Controlled, contained, untouchable, stoic, but not in the way Marcus Aurelius meant. She's not at peace with herself, she's armored. She's detached, not enlightened, and the most dangerous part? She might actually believe this is love. Because she's never known vulnerability. She's never risked being hurt. So she gives you half of herself, and calls it maturity. Meanwhile, you're bleeding emotionally while she's sipping tea, wondering why you're so needy. This isn't toxic in the traditional sense. It's not fire, it's ice. The kind that doesn't burn, it freezes everything in place. And just like hypothermia, you don't feel the damage until it's too late. You stop trying to connect. You go numb. And one day, you realize, you're still in the relationship, but you haven't felt loved in months. Maybe years. This is the woman who doesn't cheat, but also doesn't attach. Who says all the right things, but never feels them. And this video isn't to demonize her. It's to expose the reality of what happens when men confuse emotional stillness with emotional safety. Some women aren't unstable, they're just unavailable. And that's far more dangerous. Because you never see it coming. She doesn't destroy the relationship with chaos. She just lets it die quietly in a locked room you'll never be allowed to enter. Trait number 1. Hyper-independence. She needs nothing. Including you. You thought independence was sexy. You were told strong women are the best women. And they are, until their independence becomes a fortress. Not a foundation. She doesn't need you. Not emotionally. Not physically. Not spiritually. She handles her own money. Her own emotions, her own schedule, her own problems. Sounds perfect, right? No drama, no mess. But here's the twisted truth. A woman who needs nothing from you has no reason to let you in. She doesn't rely on you, not even in the tiniest ways that build intimacy. No, can you pick me up? No, I had a bad day and just wanted to hear your voice. No, I missed you. She's a one-woman island. And you're just a tourist allowed to visit occasionally. She'll say she loves her independence, but what she really loves is control. Control over her time, her space, her emotional availability. You'll think she's low maintenance. But really, she's no connection. When you offer to help, she says, "I'm good." When you try to comfort her, she pulls back. When you express vulnerability, she gets awkward or cold. And here's the worst part. She may not even be doing it maliciously. Hyper-independence often comes from trauma, from a life that taught her needing others leads to pain, disappointment, or betrayal. So she built a life where she needs no one. Not even you. You don't get to be her protector, her safe space, her emotional partner. You're just there, convenient, swappable. And when you finally realize she's never truly let you in, it won't come as a dramatic exit. It'll feel more like slow suffocation, like being locked outside a home you helped build. At first, you admire her strength. Then you notice how lonely you feel standing next to it. You'll begin to crave moments where she actually needs you, not just tolerates you. But those moments never come. She doesn't need reassurance, comfort, guidance, support, or worse, she won't allow herself to. She's not mean, she's just unreachable. And when you finally break down and ask for more closeness, she'll blink, confused, and say, "But I thought things were fine." Because for her, this is love. Cold, clean, safe, and distant. You didn't date a woman. You dated a wall, decorated, polished, well-built, but still a wall. You'll start questioning your own worth. Am I too emotional? Am I asking for too much? Am I not enough? But it was never about you. It's about the fact that she built her identity around not needing anyone, and loving you would mean needing something. And that's the one thing she promised herself she'd never do. Hyper-independence isn't strength. It's self-protection dressed as empowerment. And the price of loving someone who never needs you is eventually realizing they were never truly with you. Trait number 2. Emotionally distant. Calm equals cold. You thought you hit the jackpot. She doesn't yell. She doesn't nag. She doesn't create drama out of nothing. Every conversation is civil, logical, mature. She's the calm in your storm. The grown-up you always wanted. But here's the twist no one tells you. Sometimes, emotional calm isn't maturity, it's absence. What you're calling peace might actually be emotional vacancy. You share your feelings, and she listens, politely, passively, and without a flicker of real connection. You ask how she feels, and she says, "I'm fine, always fine," never raw, never real. You start noticing that she never cries, never raises her voice, never even laughs too loudly. Everything is muted. You're in a relationship with someone who keeps all emotions at arm's length. Like feelings are viruses she can't afford to catch. You think, wow, she's so stable. But deep down, it's not stability, it's shutdown. Emotional distance disguised as composure. She doesn't let herself feel, so she can't truly connect. And the damage? It's subtle. You slowly begin to feel like you're talking to a therapist. Not a lover. Supported, but never held. Heard, but never felt. And worst of all, you start censoring yourself. You stop being vulnerable because you know it won't land. You'll spill your heart, and she'll respond with something like, "That makes sense," instead of, "I feel that too." Over time, the emotional gap turns into a canyon. And by the time you realize you've been emotionally starving, she's still sipping wine with that same unreadable look on her face. She'll never make a scene. She'll never say something cruel. But she'll also never fight for you. Because people who disconnect from pain also disconnect from passion. She might think she's doing you a favor by keeping things smooth. But smooth is not intimacy. It's just frictionless distance. And eventually, you'll find yourself missing the mess, the raw, the vulnerable, the real. You'll crave someone who feels you, not just hears you. Someone who gets mad when you hurt them, because it means they care. Someone who doesn't just keep the peace, they fight for the relationship. The emotionally distant woman won't destroy you with chaos. She'll slowly dissolve you in neutrality, like ice in warm water. You won't notice until you're already gone. Trait number 3. Rational to a fault. She loves with logic, not heart. She makes sense all the time. She approaches relationships like a spreadsheet. Inputs, outputs, ROI. You admire how grounded she is. No impulsiveness, no emotional chaos. She analyzes problems, never reacts emotionally. At first, it feels refreshing, safe, like dating an adult in a world full of emotional toddlers. But soon, you notice something off. She doesn't get excited when you plan a surprise. She doesn't miss you when you're gone. She doesn't feel jealous, not because she trusts you deeply, but because jealousy is irrational, and she doesn't engage in things she can't control. She doesn't say, I feel. She says, I think. Every time, always. When you tell her you love her, she smiles and says, that's great to hear. Not, I love you too. Not, that means everything. Just, a fact-logged response. Because to her, love is a logical choice, a well-managed arrangement. Emotions are messy, and she prides herself on not being messy. But love is messy. It's chaotic, illogical, and deeply human. You can't measure it. You can't schedule it. You can't optimize it. She treats connection like a calendar event. If it fits, it stays. If it doesn't, delete. She won't break up with you because she's hurt or overwhelmed. She'll do it because, statistically, this relationship no longer makes sense. She might even list the reasons in bullet points. You think she's emotionally mature, but she's emotionally bypassed. She bypasses vulnerability with logic, bypasses feelings with formulas, and bypasses intimacy with analysis. The worst part? She might never even realize she's doing it. She's convinced that emotional control equals emotional intelligence. But true connection doesn't live in logic. It lives in the unpredictable space where people feel scared. Exposed, raw, and real. She won't go there. She can't. She's so busy managing emotions that she forgets to feel them. And when you finally confront her, she won't cry. She won't scream. She'll present a PowerPoint in her head explaining why this is the best decision for both of us. You wanted passion. You got a strategist. You wanted soul. You got a system. She didn't fall in love. She chose you like a safe investment. And when love stopped making sense to her, she quietly withdrew the funds. No heartbreak. No drama. Just closure. Clean, clinical, and cold. You were loved like a plan, and discarded like one too. Trait number 4. Trauma armored. Past pain made her unreachable. She tells you she's been through a lot. You nod. You respect it. Maybe even admire it. She's tough, composed, unshakable. Nothing rattles her. She doesn't cry, doesn't panic, doesn't cling. She's got her walls. But you think, that's just because of what she's been through. I can earn her trust. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Some people don't have walls you can climb. They've built fortresses designed to never be breached. Her trauma isn't a wound anymore. It's armor. And that armor doesn't come off for anyone, not even you. She survived something, or many somethings. A betrayal, a loss, a childhood that felt like war. And in surviving it, she made a quiet vow. Never again will I let anyone have the power to hurt me. And so she became untouchable. Not in a strong, healed way, but in a closed, frozen way. She still dates, still laughs, still sleeps next to you. But she's never really in it. She's never in you. You're just orbiting her, close enough to admire, never close enough to hold. You'll sense it in small moments. A hug that feels stiff. A kiss that ends too soon. A deep moment where her eyes glaze over, like she left the room while her body stayed. You'll try to go deeper, share more, open more, and every time you do, she'll gently, expertly, shut you down, not with cruelty, but with silence. Deflection. Let's not talk about that now. That's not important. I'm fine. Always fine. Her calmness feels like strength, but it's just numbness in disguise. She doesn't feel safe being vulnerable, because vulnerability once got her hurt. So now she hides her softness like it's a threat. You might be the kindest man she's ever met, but she won't risk it. She won't bet on love, because love is unpredictable, and she needs control to feel safe. You'll think you're close, but you're really just touching her mask. The real her is locked behind 10 layers of protection she built over years of pain. You didn't fail to reach her, you were never allowed to. She doesn't mean to be cold. She's just been cold for so long. Warmth feels dangerous. You'll think if you just stay, just love her harder, she'll soften. She won't, because the version of her you love, she had to bury that girl a long time ago to survive. And she's not digging her up for anyone. Not even you, so you stay longer, hoping, believing, slowly shrinking, slowly becoming quieter, until one day, you wake up and realize, you've been loving a ghost of someone who never truly returned. You didn't lose her, you never had her, you just met the trauma, not the woman. Trait number 5. Conditional intimacy, transactional love. She gives, but only when you earn it. She opens up, but only when it benefits her narrative. She's not withholding, she's calculating. Intimacy with her feels like a reward system, not a relationship. If you behave, you get affection. If you meet expectations, you get love. But the moment you slip, even slightly, the warmth disappears. Her connection to you is performance-based, not unconditional. It's all very subtle. She never says, "Do this or I'll withdraw." She doesn't have to. You feel it. Miss one emotional cue, fail one test, and the temperature drops. You go from being her partner to being her project, one that's no longer performing. She still smiles, still talks, still plays the role, but the intimacy is gone. The depth has vanished, and suddenly, you realize, she's loving you on a contract. Not a conscious one, but a deeply embedded one. Somewhere along the way, she learned that giving herself fully was dangerous. So she learned to trade. Not love, trade. Give a little, wait, watch. If you respond right, she gives a little more. If you slip, she pulls back, not out of anger, but out of design. Her love is strategic. You don't fall into it. You qualify for it, and God help you if you stop qualifying. Because once you do, she doesn't argue, she doesn't beg, she simply begins detaching, quietly, politely, without explanation. It's not rejection, it's reassignment. She replaces intimacy with distance, vulnerability with routine, passion with politeness. You don't know when it happened, only that it has. One day, her eyes stop lighting up when you walk into the room. Her texts get shorter, her kisses lose depth. She's still there, but not in it, not with you. Because to her, love is a transaction, and you stopped meeting the terms. What's most dangerous about this is how rational it seems. There's no cruelty, no betrayal, just a quiet loss of access, like a subscription you forgot to renew. And here's the kicker. You'll start trying harder. You'll overcompensate, work to earn her warmth back. But it's already too late. She's made the internal decision. Even if she hasn't said it out loud, you're no longer worth the intimacy. You didn't cheat, you didn't lie, you just stopped feeding her unspoken scoreboard. And that's all it takes. Because for her, love isn't about who you are, it's about what you do. And if you stop delivering, she stops loving, just like that, not out of spite, but because she never gave you the real her in the first place, just the version she keeps on standby. Ready to retract at any sign of emotional risk. Trait number 6. Eternal stoicism. She's already planning the exit. She never gets too excited, never too attached, never fully in. She loves with a seatbelt on, one hand on the wheel, the other hovering near the door, even on your best days. There's something reserved in her smile, something rehearsed in her laughter, something distant in her presence. You think she's just composed. That's just her personality. You tell yourself, but deep down, you know something's off. She's not just emotionally detached. She's strategically positioned, always at a safe distance, always with a contingency plan. She doesn't build a life with you, she builds a life near you. Close enough to function as a couple, but always with mental escape routes mapped out. She has her own money, her own backup plans, her own identity so rigidly intact that she could vanish tomorrow and not miss a beat. And here's the brutal part. While you're investing in a future together, she's quietly calculating what happens when, not if, it ends. Every decision she makes has an exit clause hidden inside it. You think she's committed. She's actually just prepared. She's not waiting for something to go wrong. She expects it. She doesn't sabotage the relationship. She just never gives it enough of herself to collapse if it fails. And when the cracks do show, she doesn't panic. She's eerily calm. That's when you realize, she already emotionally left weeks ago. Maybe months. She's just now executing the final phase, the exit strategy. You won't get a meltdown. You won't get a dramatic confrontation. You'll get a clean break. Cold, efficient, almost professional. I just think we've grown apart. This isn't working anymore. You deserve someone who matches your energy. Phrases rehearsed in her mind long before they reached her lips. You'll be blindsided, but she won't, because she never fully entered. She observed, calculated, enjoyed, but always with a part of her heart in a locked drawer labeled, "Don't trust too much." She didn't fall out of love. She never gave herself permission to fall in. You thought her stoicism was maturity, it was self-protection. You thought she was slow to open up, she never intended to. And here's the twist that hurts most. She might have genuinely liked you. Maybe even admired you. But love? Love requires surrender. And she never surrenders. Not to you, not to anyone. Because to truly love would mean risking the one thing she values most: control. And no matter how good you were to her, no matter how patient, consistent, or kind, you were never enough to make her risk that. So she walks away without tears, without panic, without closure, because she never needed one. She left the door unlocked from the beginning, just in case. And now, she's gone, not because she stopped loving you, but because she never let herself start. She didn't cheat, she didn't lie, she didn't scream, manipulate, or leave a trail of chaos behind her. No, she was calm, composed, consistent, but still, she left you empty. And that's the most painful kind of relationship, not the one that breaks loudly, but the one that dies quietly, while everything looks fine on the surface. The Stoic woman isn't your enemy. She's not evil, she's not heartless. In fact, she might be one of the most disciplined, intelligent, and self-contained people you've ever met. But that's exactly the danger. Because when someone masters the art of never needing anyone, they also master the art of never being truly present with anyone. You don't fall apart, you just fade. You lose the warmth, the spark, the intimacy, and you're left asking yourself, why do I feel so alone next to someone who never even left? So here's what you need to know. Loyalty is not the same as love. Maturity is not the same as intimacy. And stability is not the same as connection. The woman who never betrays you can still slowly erase you. So how do you protect yourself? By learning to recognize the difference between emotional self-control and emotional absence. By realizing that love without vulnerability is just polite companionship. And most importantly, by having the courage to ask not, is she staying? But, is she really here? If this video hit something real for you, if you've ever been with someone who was loyal but never truly available, you're not alone. This space is for you. And if you want more honest, brutally clear conversations like this, about real relationships, real psychology, and real emotional patterns, hit that subscribe button. Because no one else is saying this stuff. But you deserve to hear it. And yeah, she didn't cheat on you. But maybe she still broke your heart.